The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Prescott looks to throw right away. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Prescott. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. Prescott yet again. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. Touchdown! Juju Smith-Schuster. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They've got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 14-yard line. On 1st down, Hal looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now the point after try for Santos. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Howell's throw complete to Dotson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a third and just a few inches.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Let's go now.
Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on fourth. Back to the ground with Gibson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second down, Howell back to pass.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Third and long, here's Howell.
Flush to his right.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A give up the middle to Gibson.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Howell down to throw it.
Thomas has got it. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
18, right here. 18, back 60.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Howell throwing on first down here.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Damone Clark fought his way through and buried him behind the line.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Howell's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And Howell will throw it.
And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw. And nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Gibson again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Howell, 3rd and goal.
And this time he is in.
Antonio Gibson,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. This one caught by Ridley. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. To throw is Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Howell. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Buying time to his left. The improvisation gets him only a couple, but that's all he needed. First down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'll go play action. Howell. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Micah Parsons. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Outbound looking for McLaurin. He's got him. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing here, Howell. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
To try again after the sack, Prescott. And he's got room. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
Touchdown, Cowboys! Juju Smith-Schuster with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench, because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Faking the handoff. Howell.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now on third down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far, good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the...
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
First down, Howell to throw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
To throw again on second down. Prescott.
That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted.
William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Here's Gibson to start the drive.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
On 1st down, Howell. He'll find Gibson here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll wind up getting this with all the way down inside the 20. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the...
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and goal, Howell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down.
Completed pass brings up a 4th down situation. Do you play analytics on this one? Well, you know, what do your analytics tell you about going for it here? I wonder what they would say.
They tell me you're down by this margin 4th quarter, you're going.
Fourth down, Howell, desperation time. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Commanders get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Prescott yet again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Now Prescott on 4th down. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Prescott now. And he will find Ridley on the left side.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, this has been a bit of a tough game to figure out when it comes to him throwing the football. He's got the 3 touchdown passes, but now, Charles, this is a 3rd interception.
And those aren't really numbers that you'd like to see balance out. In a normal ledger sheet, if you can balance everything, you feel good about your day. But as a quarterback, you need your ratio to be more like 3 touchdown passes to 1 interception.
And he gets this up just shy of the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Able to connect with Dotson.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
A give to Gibson running right.
Fights through it. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
49 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. On first down, right back to Gibson.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd.
And now here is another interception. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Howell with one final shot. Back to Gibson and another catch for him.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season. But on game day, You both want to show your best, and I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Dallas, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.